Hello, and welcome to the one and only channel on YouTube dedicated to educating the viewers on how to improve financial literacy. When attempting to figure out how to save more money or grow wealth, people's focus isn't always in the right place. Here, you will learn the major causes of monetary disaster and effective methods for preventing or reversing them. Subscribe to this channel if you're interested in learning more effective methods for handling your finances. When you are looking to discover a strategy to save more money or simply develop wealth in general, you need to concentrate on going back to the 80-20 rule. This will help you determine how you can save the most money. Therefore, if we can discover a means to save, it will truly make a great impact there. Conversely, the topic that we are discussing here is the most significant factor in reducing one's wealth. People's most significant outlay of cash is into their mode of transportation, particularly their vehicles. It is anticipated that by the year 2022, the annual cost of owning a running car in the United States will be more than $10,000. Therefore, even if you have a car that you believe is only worth $10,000, the cost of owning and operating that vehicle over the course of the year is probably going to be pretty close to $10,000. This is because of the cost of insurance, registration, and maintenance of the vehicle. It's going to blow your mind because the majority of people just don't do the math to figure out how much it actually costs them, and that's why it's going to blow your mind. The idea is to help you save a lot of money, and even for a low-price automobile that costs you $12,000, the cost to own and run such a car over a period of 5 years is $38,000. This is despite the fact that the cost of the car itself is just $12,000. First, let's break it down and figure out how we can save the costs associated with it. The first thing to consider is depreciation. When you acquire a vehicle, gradually its value will go down each year, and eventually, it won't be worth as much as it was. When, in terms of automobiles and other vehicles, is it the most advantageous moment to purchase a car? Should you purchase it brand new or used? Therefore, if you purchase a new vehicle, the value of that vehicle will immediately decrease by around 10% the moment you drive it off the lot. If the automobile is originally worth $30,000, once you drove it off the lot is probably only about $27,000. And in certain cases, it is even worth less just because you damaged the vehicle. You are aware that this is no longer a new automobile, and that is now a used car. If we take a look at the curves of depreciation, it becomes clear that the first couple of years are the worst time to buy a vehicle because the amount of money you will lose immediately upon making the purchase. You should get a vehicle that is few years old at the very least, but you shouldn't buy one that is so old that it becomes a money hole and you have to keep throwing money into it every year. Find a vehicle with a depreciation curve that makes financial sense for you, and you'll be off to a good start in terms of saving money, with the purpose of reducing the amount of money lost to depreciation. Right? If we're talking about being sensible here, it's never a good idea to spend a lot of money to get a brand new automobile when an old car can do the same thing that the new car can. Like and subscribe for more tips in saving more money. Now let's take a look at some of the other costs involved. Taxes and fees. There isn't much of a way out of this predicament. Having fewer automobiles is one approach to reduce costs associated with registration, insurance, and maintenance. Some individuals have 3 or 4 automobiles, which means they have to pay registration fees every year, do a variety of tasks, ensure their vehicles is compliant, and take it in for inspection, all of which may quickly add up. Having fewer cars and making sure you only need to register one will help you save money on registration and other expenses. As most individuals cannot afford to pay $20,000, $30,000, or $40,000 all at once on a car, they must resort to loans in order to make the purchase. The key to remember if you want to save cash on this style while financing it is to avoid paying a high interest rate. If your credit isn't great, you shouldn't purchase a luxury vehicle. The payment rate will be too high. Next, insurance. Compare prices among insurance providers, and you may be able to save significant amount on your insurance premiums. There are 2 major kinds of insurance: collision and liability. In order to use the roadways, everyone must have liability insurance. An automobile without liability insurance is illegal, and then there's collision, which is something you want if you have a really costly automobile. Are you getting the idea on how to save money in terms of vehicles? Well, share your thoughts below. Don't forget to like and subscribe too. Spending some time getting to know your car is the next best method to save a lot of money. The majority of people have the misconception that a car is some kind of enchanted box that transports them from one location to another, and they are unaware of the fundamentals of how a vehicle operates. Spending some time studying about your vehicle can actually save you a lot of money over the course of its lifetime. If the problem isn't too complicated, you may be able to solve it on your own and save spending a lot of money on having your automobile fixed by a professional. Just to demonstrate to you if you can quite literally just cut down on some type of insurance, don't go without insurance. However, if you can switch your insurance to a different company, or if you can start repairing your car yourself, or if you can find a way to maybe just get a more gas-efficient car, those things can save you a ton of money. And with the money that you save, you can put it into investments that end up compounding. If it is impossible for you to give up your automobile completely, due to the fact that it's simply not feasible, then the following are 5 major highlights of how you may save a significant amount of money on your cars. The first thing you should do is compare different insurance providers. If you do this, you may end up saving several $100s annually over the course of a few years' time. The alternative is for the family to get by with just one vehicle. Although it may be a little inconvenient to have just one automobile per household, doing so will result in significant financial savings. The other choice is to just begin one's education on automobiles. You also have the option of moving closer to your place of employment or the destination of your commute, whichever is applicable. The 5th option is to simply put all your attention on purchasing a vehicle at the optimal portion of the depreciation curve. I really hope that those suggestions were helpful to you in 2022 for reducing the amount of money you spent on your autos. And that ends our video for today. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and please share your ideas with me in the comment section. I'm interested in what you have to say. Having said that, make sure you subscribe and enable notifications so that you will be notified whenever we upload a new video. See you in the next one!